Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. No. It is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose love's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man or woman ever loved. Good morning, everyone. Sorry we're a little late this morning. Sometimes love takes a little time. But most think of that Shakespearean sonnet, which happens to be number 116, as a tome just to romantic love, as many of those sonnets are. But when you listen carefully, when you dig a little deeper into it, you see that he is speaking as well to the love of living and the love of experiencing life to the fullest. No matter what shows up, as he says, or what your age may be, as he says. He speaks as well to how the universe, from the Big Bang through eternity, through forever actually, is that energy of creation everlasting, the very essence of love. We're so happy that you have brought your love, your consciousness, your beingness to the New Thought Spiritual Center Sunday celebration this morning, and welcome to the Festival of Love. We're going to talk about a lot of different types of love this morning, but first let us begin this Love Fest with the purpose, mission, and vision statements of this spiritual center that we all love. Please watch. Not that one, but this one. Our 2021 theme is Awakening. This month, February,
our purpose is to reveal the divinity in you by awakening our heart, mind, and imagination to the universal creative force within. Our vision is to vibrate at the speed of the divine, experiencing our best self by being a clear, luminous, and dynamic force for good, with love always being the answer. And our mission, to use the principles and tools of the science of mind and spirit, new thought, neuroscience, and ancient wisdom to bust through, soar, and zoom into our greatest life, sharing that gift with all.
So this month we're highlighting our mission statement, which is right here next to me, and that is to use the principles and tools of the science of mind and spirit, new thought, neuroscience, and ancient wisdom to bust through, soar, and zoom into our greatest life and sharing that gift of busting through, soaring, and zooming, sharing that gift of divine love with all. You know, our awakening, which is the theme for 2021, is a love fest. Awakening is a self-love fest full of depth and passion and enlightenment and spirit. And we're going to talk this morning about the many different types of love that the Greeks named. We're not going to do all of them, but we're going to do philia, which is the affectionate, authentic type of friendship love. Pragma, which is the enduring love that we feel. Storge, which is unconditional and familial love. And we'll see how that is a twist on universal love. Eros, of course, the romantic and passionate love that most people celebrate on the 14th in one way or the other today. Ludus, which is the playful, flirtatious love that I hope we all have with 1, 2, 3, 10 million people throughout our lives. Philotia, which is self-love. And then agape, which is that selfless universal love. And our festival of love shall illuminate all of those that I spoke about. First is the love of spirit, which of course is agape love. And I want to read to you the definition of love as Ernest Holmes wrote about it in The Science of Mind and Spirit. And he said, self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. It is a synonym for God, says Emerson. It is a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible. That's what love is. The self-givingness of spirit to each and every one of us and to all of nature throughout this universe. God is unconditional love, or whatever you want to call it, God, divine, source. It's unconditional love. Now, many confuse that with only positive things happening in our lives. However, this unconditional love is truly unconditional, is truly non-judgmental. This love from the universe, from the highest of highest, from the divine source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, it knows only to give. Not good or bad, not positive or negative. It knows only to give what it is asked for. See, there's this divine yes going on that will never be denied to us. And this yes may announce itself through joy and peace, or maybe pain and loss. Yet it's always there, awaiting our acknowledgement, awaiting our response, our declaration, our revelation. It is a yes that leads each and every one of us to joy, to love, sometimes to challenge, to growth. And it is a love that is ongoing, that is taking us to that ongoing yet to be of infinite possibilities that is there for us to grab, for us to know, for us to believe in, and believe into our lives. It is that soul's calling of our heart's desire, which first appears as a curiosity or an interest, right? A nudge sometimes. Then it grows into a little nudge from the universe. And then it grows into a pull for us to know more, to seek out, to make it a part of our lives. Learning to listen through regular spiritual practice brings trust and hope and awakening to our lives. And finally, this vision comes. You ever have that? It's such a big step when that vision comes, when you start seeing it, when you start imagining this idea that has become a nudge in your life. And then finally you embody it and envision it so that it becomes so much a part of your belief system that it then becomes a part of your life because of that yes from the universe. Agape love, self-love, divine love is all love with a capital L that shines in our oneness as human beings and actually as all living beings. It reminds us of who we are, what self is. I want to read you a little definition of self from the Upanishads. It says, that boundless power, source of every power, manifesting itself as life, entering every heart, living there among the elements, That is self, a boundless power, the source of every power, manifesting itself as life, as you, as me, entering every heart living. That is you. That is you and me, found in the countenance of you, is what self is, what God is. Enoch, who was the great-grandfather of Noah, from Noah and the Ark, he wrote, I saw the view of the face of the Lord like iron made burning hot in a fire and brought out, and it emits sparks and is incandescent. Thus, even I saw the face of the Lord. The face of the Lord. It's not just a burning bush or the face, the actual face of Moses or Jesus or Mary or Muhammad or the Buddha. This likeness and image of the divine, this countenance of the divine is in all things. The likeness and image is in you and me. So much is resolved and loosened up and empowered when we remember this, when we take it to heart, when we live it, when we embody it, when we think from it and be it in mind, body, heart, and soul. So right now, let us tap into these yeses, these sacred yeses, this agape love. I'm going to ring the sacred bell, which will invite us all to step into that wellspring of universal wisdom, to do it intentionally. Of course, it's always there available to us. But as we step into this guided meditation, which we will after I ring the bell, we will intentionally and purposefully dive into the wellspring of universal wisdom, those flames of intention and intuition and those waves that is found in the silence, the holiest of holies, the divine love, where we can find, where we can be a part of and commune with not only the divine, but our authentic selves again and again and again. For today's meditation, let us close our eyes. You can leave them open if you like. Put them at a soft focus, though, if you leave them open. You can watch the mandala. Center ourselves, however that is done for you in the next few seconds, half a minute. Take a couple of deep breaths, maybe. And as you begin to center yourself and bring that cosmic power and light into you, I want you to listen to this reminder of who you really are, brought to you by the fabulous inspirational music of Karen Drucker. Take that deep breath. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Feet on the floor, allowing that energy from the Mother Gaia to enter the bottom of our feet, up and around to the base of our spine, and then back to this beautiful planet that supports us. And like a ray of sunshine, as we take a deep breath, this cosmic energy flows into us, as us, with us, for us, enlightening and illuminating us. And breathe.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart. Tu es l'image de l'amour. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu sei la luce di Dio. I hold you in my heart. Tu sei il volto dell'amore. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. In my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. Face of love. You are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are a part of me. A part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. Eres la luz de Dios. I hold you in my heart. Eres la cara del amor. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. 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 La luce di Dio. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. L'image de Dieu. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the
The face of God. That is what you are. Take a deep breath, bring that in, knowing that God is, and as we exhale, we know that I am. God is. I am that face of God, incarnate, illuminated. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Slowly open your eyes. Bring yourself back to this moment, to your sacred space, which is a part of our sacred space. Such a beautiful song, and My thanks to Karen Drucker and the creators of that video. That was an example of what is called philautia. I want to say that word very carefully, which means self-love. A practice of meditation or prayer is the ultimate of self-love. Working out, eating nutritious foods, getting outside, all those things as well is self-love. But meditation and prayer gives you a healthy base, a healthy self-esteem, insight into the highest that you are. Calm, a centeredness, an opening, and an ability to intentionally awaken to the wisdom that is there and available and in you. Now, let's talk a little about that realm of love called Eros, the romantic love. The love that most people talk about on February 14th. In Madame Bovary, which was written in 1856, Gustave Flaubert tells us about Emma Bovary's ideas about romantic love coming from what he calls that refuse of old lending libraries, which say things like, and describe things like this. And he says, this was all about love and lovers, damsels in distress, swooning in lonely lodges, postilions slaughtered all along the road, horses ridden to death on every page, gloomy forest, troubles of the heart, vows, sobs, tears, kisses, rowing boats in the moonlight, nightingales in the grove, gentlemen brave as lions and gentle as lambs, too virtuous to be true, invariably well dressed and weeping like fountains. Is that how you see romantic love? Many of us do. Many of those cards we bought in the last week and gave this morning probably do. Well, I'm here to say that I'm in love. And I'm not just talking about romantic love, though she's here on the other side of that sign somewhere. But I'm also in love with my friends, the jobs I have, my ministry, of course, my family. Southern California, I love. This part of the West Los Angeles area, I love. I'm in love with the taste of peach cobbler, with that thick, chewy, doughy crust and the crumbles on top. I'm in love with French fries, pumpkin pie, that dense, rich, flourless chocolate cake. I'm also in love with that smell of cut grass. Don't you love that? Smell of cut grass. Or a blazing fireplace or fire pit outside. The air when it rains. Like last week after it rained, smell in the air. Isn't that fabulous? I love that. I'm in love with the music of Debussy, sounds of crickets at night. Eros, romantic love, February 14th. They all have come to be one. But you know, St. Valentine's Day has many stories. Now, one was begun by Pope Gelasius I in the 5th century. And his idea was to combine the honoring of a temple priest who was beheaded by the Emperor Claudius II for helping Christians couples wed. Isn't that a lovely thought? But he wanted to celebrate this Saint Valentine's, and combine that with what was happening on the 13th of February, which was the Roman feast of Lupercalia. Lupercalia was this naked, drunken, pagan fertility festival where there was goat sacrifices and lots of misogyny and a matchmaking lottery that went on. Crazy, crazy fun stuff. But there's other St. Valentine's Day celebrations that go on, but at different times. Did you know this? I didn't know this till I was looking at it this week. The St. Valentine of Viterbo Day is actually November 3rd, so we missed that one. The St. Valentine's Day of Russia is on January 7th. The St. Valentine Day, honoring Saint Valentina, who was actually a virgin martyred in Palestine in 308 AD, is on July 25th. So you can remember that on July 25th to honor Saint Valentina. But now, thanks to the industrious threesome in the 1920s, Loveland, Colorado, who got together, and their names were Joyce Clyde Hall, who was of the Hallmark Cards in Kansas City, Missouri folk. Mary C., she was there. She's the candy maker here in LA. And a gentleman named John Valentine, interestingly enough, who owned the Florists Trans World Delivery, FTD, out of Downers Grove, Illinois. They got together and they colluded and they captured the market for this holiday. And that's why we believe now that without a combo of candy, cards, and flowers, Valentine's Day is ruined. Crazy, crazy stuff. But now let's talk about what the Greeks called storge. Now, storge is defined as familial love, but it's not just the love of blood relatives. It's the love of the relatives of humanity, the relatives in nature, the relatives that we have who are also individuations of the divine, who are also personifications of the divine here, not only on this planet, but that's what we're mostly thinking about today. And we're also going to discuss the type of love called philia. Now, philia describes that friendship and shared goodwill that we have as a gathering, as oneness, that oneness that all religions really teach when you get down to the basics of it. But before we get into this, I have a couple of questions for you. Now, first one is, what are the ways we let ourselves be distracted from remembering and living from our worthiness as divine, unique, and radiant creations of spirit? There are ways that each of us do that in our lives, that we step away from that divine love that we're about to talk about. And the second question is, how can we let God be God in us, in our daily lives, with our family, our friends, and our jobs, at the grocery store, when we go? We have ours delivered right now. But to help answer these questions, I want to take you to a love-in with John and Yoko. Not that John and Yoko. We're going to take you to John and Yoko Altman, and here they are.
Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Clearly, we are not John and Yoko, John Lennon and Yoko Ono, but we wanted to do our little homage to their bed-ins for peace. We're paying tribute to their ideas, and it's not just because we wanted to stay in our pajamas.
What we do.
But because peace is always a good idea.
Right. Yes. I think we'll do this every Sunday that we contribute to the center. This is ideal. I don't know why we didn't think of it sooner. This is perfect. But John and Yoko's bed-in was all about peace. It was a takeoff on the 60s nonviolent sit-in and was intended to be a protest against war. And it was a fresh idea on how to promote peace. I kind of like it.
Yep. Me too.
But the Vietnam War was raging on in 1969, and they had gotten married, and they knew their marriage would be a huge press event. So John and Yoko decided to use publicity to promote world peace. So what they did is they spent their honeymoon in the presidential suite at the Amsterdam Hilton, and they invited the world's press into their hotel room every day. It's like from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And they did a second week at the hotel in Montreal.
And when someone asked why a bed-in, John said, if we make people laugh, like hopefully we're doing right now, that's enough. Happiness is a good vibe for peace. He said, grow your hair or cut it off. Or
Right, yeah, as you can see, I don't need a hairpiece, but I've been growing my hair for peace for about a year now.
Me too.
And John said, have some sign on you that's for peace. And I have my t-shirt on, peace sign, says let's stop end gun violence together. And he said, continued, we're not saying everybody should lay in bed. I mean, it would be nice if they all did, but okay, this is not suitable for all of us.
It's suitable for us.
This is suitable for us.
Yes. Well, they hoped that it would give people some suggestions for, ideas of their own that they might come up with to, do something for themselves. And humor is always a good way. If there's more laughing, there's less fighting.
Yes, make love, not war. Maybe later. I know it's Valentine's Day.
Hey.
Okay. Anyway.
Family show.
Luckily, Barbara lives with me, and I have her laughing all the time.
As you can see. But today is all about love. And as Jay said, we're talking about the Greek terms for love. And Gary and I are going to be talking a little bit about storge and philia. And the two seem to be very close in meaning. Philia is an affectionate regard, a deep friendship, a brotherly love. And that's Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, gets its name from that root of philia. And storge is a natural familial love, that deep bond, that unconditional love, such as the love of a parent for a child and vice versa. Love for your family group or even your chosen family or clan. And if we can expand our imagination and our empathy, then we can extend that familial love to encompass our entire universal family, that we're all brothers and sisters. We all need to take responsibility for ourselves, for creating our own environment and atmosphere of peace, but also responsible for each other, because we're all interconnected, and what affects one of us affects us all. We're one family. We are one.
We are one. And John said, with your help, it will work. With everybody's help, it will work. All we got to do is turn people on to the fact that they have the power now. Mm-hmm. It's not something that someone's going to give them. They have it. It's about getting faith in yourself. And we completely agree, because I know and we know we bring peace from our imagination into reality as we extend our love from our hearts to this universal family. A couple of weeks ago, I actually talked about my ministerial project, World Peace Is Now. And, we were creating it, not waiting for it. And we can have it now if enough of us choose it. John said, Peace, 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 peace.
Peace in your mind.
Peace on earth.
Peace at work.
Peace at home.
Peace in the world. And now John and Yoko and give peace a chance, but instead I'd like to sing a John Lennon song that expresses, I think, a more fully realized vision of peace. Little technical difficulty here.
Yeah,
okay.
They had a tape recorder on their bed, but we have modern technology, iPhones.
Yes, and it should, there we go. Here we are. All right. Maybe. There we go. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
That was beautiful, Barbara.
Yeah.
Let's join together right now in a little treatment. Let's do more than imagine right now. Let's know together that there is this power, this one creative intelligence, this infinite wisdom that is right within me, right within Barbara, right within each of you out there. There is this incredible active ingredient right within you. It is in and through of all of us. It connects all of us. It makes us one people. But I know and trust that each of us individualizes this power throughout the day in their own way, in their own unique brand. They make this ingredient real in their lives. bring it forth peacefully, harmoniously with all those around them. And in doing this, they are welcomed with love as they share this peace, this harmony, this authenticity of who they are is welcome in the world. It adds beauty to the world. It adds the character, the amazing joy to the world. I'm so grateful to be able to recognize this right within myself, right within Barbara, right within you. And let's just go forth today, live it and live it out loud as I release this prayer into that creative law that says, yes, your word is spoken and the job is done. I let it go to know it does its work, as together we say, and so it is.
So it is, yeah. Moving forward, sitting in peace and love in the bed in with John and Yoko Altman. That was so fun, so great. Thank you so much, E2. Silliness on Valentine's Day, very important. And bringing silly but true wisdom into our lives. Well, next, we want to take you to the musical hollow we call Apperheny Hall. And we're going to hear about the love found in the commitment, our commitment, and the commitment from the idea of truth, which the Greek word pragma speaks about, and also that unconditional universal playfulness, like we were just watching now, in Greek is called ludos, with our special guest, another one of our special guests, the great, wise practitioner, Caressa McElhaney. And here she comes. Are you there? There she is.
Here I am.
Have at it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Okay, talking about truth. Well, being a practitioner, my job is to know the truth. But what is the truth? I mean, I believe that it means the fact that the universe is always conspiring for our good. No matter what type of issue you're facing, the truth is that the highest and best is what wants to occur. And by our belief system, we set that in motion. So have you ever known someone who is always kind of moaning about how bad things are always happening to them? They never have any luck. They always expect the worst. These people often do have bad, unlucky, or miserable experiences because your beliefs shape your reality. So the truth is, the universe or God or spirit, the divine, it's always flowing toward expansion and growth. So we're the ones who throw the boulders in the path. We're the ones who step outside the flow because we think we know a shortcut, or we're afraid of what's lying ahead. So if we just keep paddling with the knowledge that our boat is sound, that we are prepared for the journey, and that we are protected, we will stay in the flow that allows life to be joyous and abundant, creative, and instructional. So Ernest Holmes says, by the activity of our thought, things come into our life, and we are limited only because we have not known the truth. We have thought that outside things controlled us, when all the time we have had that within, which could have changed everything and given us freedom from bondage. So we have choice, which is the difference between freedom and bondage. We can choose what we believe. So what about people who believe something erroneous? What if they believe it so strongly they take drastic action based upon it? I mean, how does that affect their lives? Well, it shapes their reality because that's what truth does. So even if we believe something wholeheartedly, but it's not the truth factually, it still affects us. It still creates outcomes because we bought into it. But we are talking here about spiritual truth versus our perceived truths. So knowing the spiritual truth is basically knowing the universe has our back, that it conspires for our highest good at all times. And I know sometimes that seems contrary to what we see happening in our lives. That's when putting your faith in the spiritual truth is key. The universe doesn't conspire for some people and against others. It doesn't take sides. It works for the good of all. Now, I believe that everyone is created equally in consciousness and that we all have a mission or a purpose that we came to fulfill and learn from. I believe that when we came into this life, it's to enhance our souls towards a greater and greater understanding of oneness, of all of our oneness. So however I choose to go about that is my destiny, my mission, to see how I can become more enlightened, to open up more and more to see how we are all connected. Any myths, truths, or erroneous beliefs are just roadblocks that keep us from accomplishing that. So again, Ernest Holmes says in The Science of Mind, we learn that persistent constructive thought is the greatest power known. Persistent constructive thought is the greatest power known and the most effective. If the visible effect in our lives is not what it should be, if we are unhappy, sick, and poverty-stricken, we know the remedy. The truth is always the remedy. And the truth is that the law of liberty is the only real law. When we reverse the process of thought, the effect will be reversed. And that's also where instinct comes in, which I've always believed is the divine speaking to us, whatever your concept of the divine is. Getting back to listening to our own true inner voice is hearing the truth, speaking directly to us and guiding us on our path. So in The Science of Mind, there are 10 core concepts. And I'd like to go over core concept number 10 with you, which says, we believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. So again, taking time to get in touch with your own inner voice, to meditate, to pray, whatever your own spiritual practice is, and bringing this back to love, doing that is really the best way to take care and love yourself. So, for our affirmative incantation today, which is all about celebrating love and Valentine's Day and love of one another and ourselves, why don't you go ahead and read that with me, if you like, out loud or just listen. So, here we go. Love is what I am, and I love all that I am. I am one with the infinite possibilities of the unconditional love of spirit. I celebrate my body, expressing in health, intimacy, work, and play. I celebrate the beloveds in my life, whether romantic, family, or friends. I celebrate my talents, my creativity, and that divine way I express my powers and abilities. I celebrate my bank account, knowing that no matter what numbers it shows this day, I will reveal the better on the next. With trust, joy, appreciation, and delight, I let God be God in me, through me, for me, and as me. The ultimate love supports me right here and right now. So there you have it. Take that and print it out if you like. Keep it nearby and just reaffirm that for yourself as often as you like.
Yeah, right on. Thank you. Yeah, every day, all week. That is your affirmative incantation for this entire week. Bring that up to yourself twice a day, every day, through next Saturday. And then next Sunday, we'll have a new one for us to dig deeply into. Thank you, Caressa. That was great. Love that. The love of truth in our lives, the love from truth in our lives. So next, what? Oh, Oh, well, I guess we have a special guest that has shown up. Where? Oh, at Apperheny Hall. Really? Okay. So we have a special guest who has shown up at Apperheny Hall. Somebody is passing me a note. Thank you very much. We're bringing you, I don't know this, Santo Isher is stepping up into Apperheny Hall to give us some special music, some more special music this morning. So let's take a watch and a listen to Santo Isher from Apperheny Hall.
Are you ready, boys?
Sí.
Hit it. They say we're old and we don't know. There's no point, even when we say it's so.
Well, that's okay, they can say all that. I got the truth, and hey, that's where it's at. Hey, I got truth, babe. We got truth, babe.
They say God's love won't pay the rent. Before it's earned from mind, it must be sent.
It's just like one big paradox. We're unsure of the power that we've got. Hey, I've got truth, babe. We got truth, babe. Truth is changeless, perfect, whole, and complete. Working the truth reveals all that is sweet.
And when I'm sad, I put truth in play. So if I get scared, I now know the way. So let them say our teaching's wrong. With the truth, I know my life is strong.
We can work the law of cause and effect. We can be sure of whatever happens next. Hey,
I got truth, babe. We got truth, babe.
I've got truth to hold my ground.
I got truth to keep me sound.
I've got truth to hang with me.
I got truth to boomerang in me.
I've got truth revealed in me.
I got truth to set me free.
I've got truth, I won't let go.
I got truth, so I'll always know.
We've got
truth, babe.
Oh, Santo Isher, bringing you I Got Truth. Ah, truth comes in so many beautiful and inspirational ways. Thank you for that so much. Live from Apperheny Hall with our special guest. I want to bring in a quote right now from Emerson's essays, The Oversoul, one of his great essays. And in there he said, when we have broken our God of tradition and ceased from our God of rhetoric, then may God fire the heart with its presence. God as source is everywhere. That source, that substance of everything that happens around us, with us, for us, is everywhere. And it's equally present and always fully active. It never goes away. God as presence is an innate connection full of wondrous and creative and limitless possibilities. And radiant inspiration in perfect order, no matter what's going on. It is in perfect order. That is the law of cause and effect. That is the unconditional love of the divine, which is always there, available to commune with, always there for us to be a part of. But in our love for it and with it and as it, we must do our part. Today, I want to celebrate the glory and divinity of that which I am, and that which you are, of course, too. I want all of us to honor ourselves, honor nature, honor the dignity, the creation and the creator that I am, and the creator and creation that you are. I am the believer, not the belief. And I am in love with and grateful to the infinite invisible, which I am a part of, which you are a part of. This loving energy that soars within each and every one of us, through each and every one of us, and around each and every one of us. To the degree that we are willing and open to, and receptive participants, agreeing partners with the divine love. Not just on this day, not just on Heart Day or Love Day or Valentine's Day, but every day, all the days. Then our lives can and will correspond and demonstrate that divine love so that we can bust through, soar and zoom no matter what's going on in our lives. Even the good stuff that we want even more good or more gooder. You need to bust through, soar and zoom to step into that, to reach that, to believe that, to have that in our experiences. We want to be spectators no more. Or at least not just spectators. I want to ask each and every one of us, including myself, to figure out what brings us joy. Really write it down if you have to. What brings you joy? And what rises in you a feeling of passion and possibility? What is that? Is it that knowing the truth? Is that hearing about the truth? Is that meditating on the truth of who each of us really are? When we radiate love, intention, and passion, we allow that divine love, that divine power that is within each and every one of us to guide us to the next step, and the next step, and the next step, and the next step. Now, some of the history around Valentine's Day may not be so pure. I get it. And I will still be flowering and candying and card writing to my special loved one. But I also will to myself. And I invite you to do that for yourself as well, in appreciation of the God that is in each and every one of us, the God in you, the God in me, for the love of it, and the love that it, meaning the divine, has for me, gives to me, is in me, as me. Plato taught that love aims at beautiful and good things, the possession of which he called happiness. He called that happiness, which is an end in itself. But of all the good and beautiful things, the best one, the most fabulous one, the richest and most dependable one is that wisdom of truth, which is why Plato called love not a god, but a philosopher. Today, I have the philosophy, the awakening, the perspective, and the good sense, really, to create a happy, prosperous, and vibrant life. No matter what was going on yesterday, that's what's going on now and forevermore. And that's why, that is not just why, but that's what I celebrate on Valentine's Day and all the days around it, really. But I use Valentine's Day as an extra reminder. Join me in that. Use Valentine's Day to remind yourself, as a self-love, who you are, the power that you have, the power that the universe has brought to each and every one of us, and will always be there. Communicate, listen, learn, commune, awaken yourself to the divine love. It's there. I know sometimes you look around and you feel like you don't see it. It's there. It's there for the taking. It's there for the asking. It's there for you to bring not only into your heart, but into your life. Thank you so much. Namaste. It's now that we bring our ideas of love to the love offering, your love offering to continue not only the mission of the New Thought Spiritual Center, but the vision and the purpose of the New Thought Spiritual Center, which is to remind people of their divinity, of the divine love that is not only with them and in them, working through them, as them, and for them, but how to do that, the tools that are stepping us up to our greatest life. And I know so many of you are having great lives, even within this pandemic. But we are here to remind people of that. We are here to share that knowledge and to share that not only with people here on the internet, but for those outside that are unable to watch us or need a little extra help as well. So now is the time for you to bring your love offering or to start arranging that. There's many ways you can do a love offering. You can mail it to us. You can go to our website. You can just go to PayPal or paypal.me/New Thought SC. You can do it on Venmo. We have a Venmo account, New Thought Spiritual Center. Again, you can also mail it to us at our office and we'll pick it up there. Either way, we appreciate your love offering. So join me in knowing that divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and it is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. And so I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Another way to love. So, a few announcements, some thank yous. Of course, thank you to Reverends Gary and Barbara Oltman doing their bed-in for peace and truth and divine love there. And to Caressa McElhaney and the great Steve Apperson, who not only is there to perform, but he is directing this presentation this morning, and to the Santo Escher for bringing their talents and their ideas of truth, because you got truth, babe. And I also want to thank, and be sure, hold on, to thank the band, the great Right Here, Right Now band, and that, of course, is Bobby Backbeat Yost and the great Dr. Blues William Lenneberg. He's such great guys, and they come to Apperheny Hall and they social distance and yet bring us some great and fun music. And speaking of great and fun music, I want to remind you that tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific time, there's the Be Our Valentine live stream from Apperheny Hall. There's some photos. I don't know, Steve, do we still have those photos you want to share? There's some photos there from Apperheny Hall. This is a live presentation, though, 6 o'clock Pacific time. It will be on Facebook Live either at the Steve Apperson page, Steve Apperson, Apperson, either on his page, and many of you are friends with him, so it'll pop up as they go live, or on the new Apperheny Hall page, which is Apperheny. Many of you have gotten invitations, and I hope you join PJ and I in watching that 6 o'clock tonight, Facebook Live, Pacific time. Be there. Show your love. There's going to be some great music, some of the great music that Steve has written for the New Thought Spiritual Center, other music of love, and a sneak preview of their show. Again, 6 o'clock tonight, Facebook Live. Okay. So let's take a deep breath together on this day of love. Close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. Maybe wiggle around a little bit. I know you've been listening and watching and sitting there, and there's been a lot of talk and a lot of wisdom coming your way. And don't worry. Don't be concerned about so much that has come at you that you wonder if you're going to keep it all. You are. You are. And what's most important is that you just grab on to one of those concepts. That's it. And we have done our job, and you have done your job. So let us know right here, right now, that divine love flows over each and every one of us, because this one mind, this one power, this one love in the universe is here and now communing through us, with us, as us, right here and now. And as we step into this communion of divine love, we allow it to inform us of our best ideas. We allow it to inform us of our most loving and authentic ideas. And we take these ideas into our hearts, into our minds, coming through the imagination from our guts and the intuition of our lives. We take these ideas and we put them there to live forward from this moment in beauty and health, in creativity, in love, in peace and grace. This power shines through us. This power illuminates each and every one of us. This divine love. We are the luminescence of it. As we breathe deep, letting it go, knowing that God is, and each and every one of us are that God, individualized, personalized in this life with love, beauty, peace, and grace, and in joy and gratitude and appreciation of this knowing, of this being, and of this living through divine love. I release this word, knowing it goes to that universal yes. As together we say, so it is. Amen, amen. Hallelujah, abracadabra. Ashe, oh, shanti, shanti, shanti. Thank you, my friends, for joining us this morning. Really appreciate and love you are our beloveds here at the New Thought Spiritual Center. We're going to leave you with one more song. Live from Apperheny Hall, Steve Apperson singing John Lennon's Love. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Namaste.
Stream.
Love is real. Real is love. Love is feeling love. And love is wanting to be loved. And love is touch. And touch is love. Love is reaching love. And love is you. You and me. Love is knowing that we can be. And love is free. Free is love. Love is living love. And love is needing